What's up, everyone? I'm Mara, the Hip Hop Socialite, back with the latest edition of Seen and Heard TV. We put together a real hot show for you guys, so stay tuned. Over 8 years since the yet-to-be-solved shooting death of hip-hop legend Jam Master Jay in a Queens recording studio. Recently, I caught up with Jay's daughter, Tyra Myricks, for a very engaging interview. Check it out. It's basically been 9 years since your father was killed, and as of today, no one has been brought to trial. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like what's done in the dark will eventually come to light. What is done is done. You can't go back in time, and I mean, justice will be served in one way or other.
Back in 2007, there was someone that was named as a possible accomplice of the person who killed your father. Have there been any developments since then?
Not that I know of. It's something that I don't try to dwell on. I just try to live my life and continue my father's legacy.
Do you feel that authorities are doing enough to solve your father's murder?
I don't know if they're doing enough, but I know as of now, they haven't found who killed my father.
Describe the kind of relationship you have with your father.
My father's just like my everything. There anytime I needed him. Just like, to the world, he was just like the greatest DJ alive. But to me, that was just like, he wasn't anything like that. He was just my father.
Who in the industry is stuck by your family?
DMC, he mentors my brother Jason. He's a DJ in New York, just like my father. 50. When you reach out to people in the industry, based on the fact of my father's legacy, they're just like, they're there, like just on the strength of what he did for hip hop and the way that him and Run DMC just paved the way.
Do you have a relationship with Russell Simmons?
Russell's just the ultimate philanthropist. I strive to be so much like Russell. His advice is great. He had nothing and just made such a huge empire, and I respect it so much because he built it not only for my father and my family, but he built it for so many people that just entered hip hop and so many legends. So I think Russell's just like, he's awesome.
A big shout out to Tyra, and be on the lookout for her Flight clothing line. Last month, I got the chance to chop it up with Mike Bigga, aka Killer Mike. In addition to speaking on his relationship with Big Boi, he also spoke on his current label situation with T.I.'s Brand Hustle Records, and took a moment to address Bill Cosby, who's long been a harsh critic of the black community. You're going to want to hear what he had to say. Let's talk about your collaboration with Big Boi. I have to go back to a few years ago when you and Big Boi weren't exactly seen eye to eye.
Yeah, we weren't.
Yeah. So how were you guys able to salvage your relationship, both professional and
Twitter.
business? Twitter is the.
Twitter saved my life.
Twitter saves everything, right?
Yeah, he called me. He hit me at like 3 a.m. one morning a few months ago on Twitter. When I called him, he said, "Okay, everything's bridge under the water. Let's work."
Previously had a label situation.
Yeah.
That was with Big Boi's Purple Ribbon label.
Yeah.
And now you're with Grand Hustle. Now, why is Grand Hustle, I guess you could say, a better fit for you compared to your previous label situation?
Because I've grown and matured. Purple Ribbon probably could have been a better fit for me if I had a little more business savvy and a little more patience at the time.
Yeah.
And if we all at Purple Ribbon would have realized how dramatically the industry was changing. But sometimes you have to be away from home to mature. And Purple Ribbon still is very much my home. You know what I mean? I'm back recording this thing on you, me and Big Boi working on projects together. But you have to kind of get out in the wilderness. I'm from the country, so I use a lot of biblical analogy. But you have to kind of get out to kind of find your own way and become who you're supposed to be.
I want to go back to something you said about Bill Cosby. Yeah. What's the deal with Bill Cosby? I agree with a lot of things Bill Cosby says.
I agree with what he says. It's the way he says it.
I want the truancy stopped. I want homework, which will stop truancy dead in its tracks. I want parents to understand that. Fine them by making them come down to the office. They don't want to come down there. Well, we got excuses because many of the mothers, they didn't grab in their best. I don't care. It's not about the mother, it's about the child she had.
When you call people to task, you're going to be called to task. If you call the black community for task for not properly educating their children, then you have to acknowledge the fact that the parents of these children were also educated in the public school system. And if these children are being undereducated at home, it probably means that their parents were undereducated in the public school system. So therefore, you giving $25 million to a college doesn't make as much sense as you giving $25 million to a kindergarten class to properly develop a talented 10th that could systemically change our community. The schools are responsible for teaching children, but if you have 80 years of undereducating children, how do you reverse that in 8? We are undereducating ourselves as a community. And because we're undereducating ourselves as a community and we're relying on government to feed us, and they're not going to feed us good, they're not going to educate us properly because they don't want you to assert your own power. Until we do that, we have no right to criticize the parents who've been miseducated by the same system that's now miseducating their children. If you don't name all the ingredients of the soup, you know what I'm saying, stop criticizing the cook. If you don't deal with the problem as a whole, stop pointing at poor black parents, because what you're really doing is pointing at poor black women. You're not pointing at poor black men because they're in jail or estranged. But what you're doing is you're pointing at women, and it's wrong, and it's borderline misogynistic and sexist, and no one is dealing with that.
All right, everyone. Unfortunately, that's my time for now. If you want more information on the show, hit us up at info@realourban.tv.com and follow me on Twitter @Hip Hop Socialite. Until next time, everyone. Peace.